We made and I'm a FA alumni and we made color during the FA, so thank you Busan. That made me confident to work with these people.
하지만 부산 영화제를 통해서 그분들과 만나게 되어서 연이 되었습니다.
Actually, also my DP, I'm not sure if he here, but he also we met in FA. He's from Singapore, and we have him because we got the Singapore grant under condition.
우리 DP님이 계시는지 모르겠지만 싱가포르 그랜트도 그런 연 인연을 통해서 받게 되었습니다.
Actually, I think Anthony Chan and also our DP are supposed to come to this screening. I'm not sure because I couldn't see faces from here, so I don't know. But I think it's good. I mean, to have like international people to be on board into the project because we can find. I mean, we can hear their opinions.
It's good and it's fun.
It actually is very good to hear their opinions. I think it helps a lot. I mean, since the development process and also until we actually make the film. I mean, just to make one film, I mean, it's not so easy. So I think we need like someone perhaps to input some opinions, so it can make us know that we are going to the right direction or not.
For me, it's good because they are not Thai. So that's just for the outsider view, but I like the most when they think different. And so they don't think like so you have to balance. It cannot serve everyone.
네, 사실 이런 프로젝트에 다른 국가 사람들이 참여하는 게 여러모로 좋은 점이 있는데요. 우선 많은 다양한 시각에서 다양한 의견을 성취할 수 있기 때문에 좋은 점이 있고요. 그다음에 감독님께서 말씀하신 거는 이제 태국 사람이 아니기 때문에 사고방식이 다르기 때문에 다른 시야를 갖고서 코멘트를 해줄 수 있기 때문에 좋다고 하셨습니다.
네, 또 다음 질문 받아보도록 하겠습니다. 맨 주입분 손 드시는 거죠? 네.
이 영화를 보니까 제가 몇 해 전 본 배드지니어스라는 또 다른 태국 영화가 생각이 좀 났었습니다. 거기에서의 주인공은 이제 경제적인 빈부격차로 인해서 경제적인 절실함으로 인해서 부정을 저질렀다면 여기에 나오는 아노 같은 경우는 상당히 중산층에 어떻게 보면 스스로 판단을 충분히 할 수 있는 상황에 놓여져 있었다고 생각을 해요. 그리고 비교되는 대상으로 이제 학원 선생님이 나오는데 어떻게 보면 이전 세대의 아노 같은 인물로 묘사가 되는 걸로는 봐서 충분히 변화를 하고 새로운 꿈을 꿀 수 있는 중산층 세대가 태국에서는 변화를 하지 못하고 결국 저항에 대한 마음은 가지고 있지만 결국 다시 그 체제에 수긍을 하는지 그런 식으로 그린 부분에 대해서 감독님의 생각이 좀 궁금하고요. 그리고 영화에 등장하는 처음에 초반에 있는 학생들이 장래희망을 이야기하는데 전부 다 성공적인 직업에 관한 이야기지 실제로 청소년기에서 가질 수 있는 꿈이라는 뉘앙스가 담긴 말은 없었던 것 같습니다. 특히 아노 같은 경우는 아예 대답을 하지 못했었던 거고요. 그런 면에서 이제 감독님의 생각을 하는 태국 교육 시스템의 문제점 그리고 실제 이 나쁜 학생 운동이 현실에서는 과연 얼마만큼의 변화를 일으켰는지 그 이후의 이야기가 좀 들어보고 싶습니다.
So several questions. First of all, a comment. This actually film reminded me of a Thai film I saw several years ago, Bad Genius. And then a question about Arnold. It seems like Arnold grew up in a very quite wealthy family, a middle-class family, and because in Bad Genius there was a similar student who made similar choices, but because of economic difficulties. However, it seems like Arnold is not facing those kind of difficulties. And you also compared him to the private institution teacher, who seemed like having a similar past with Arnold, but actually did not choose to change, and actually assimilated to the authoritarian system. Okay, so that's the first question. What are your thoughts about this? The second question is, when the students were actually, no? Okay, so the first question first, and I'll ask the second one after.
I have no comment about Bad Genius because start the project before, but we just did not finish. Sorry,
I
but
can, I
it's
can,
not only.
I can add more information, maybe it's more clear. This project started in 2014. That's when we went to produce workshop. It's a kind of workshop for film projects in Bangkok. That's where I start. The story is like this. And then we didn't know that 3 years after, there is a film called Bad Genius that has some kind of like similar thing.
They involve a shifting.
잠시만요. 대답을 드리기 전에 질문을 조금 다르게 이해하신 것 같아가지고요. It was also a question. A part of the question was also why did you describe the teacher, the private institution teacher, as a person who assimilated and accepted the authoritarian regime?
What he told is right. I mean, it's the reflection. If Arnold can be like him, if he not what's it called, recognize himself that what he did is quite wrong, quite corruption. So actually, he already explained. So I don't know.
Okay. 네, 이제 우선 배드 지니어스라는 영화에 대해서 먼저 설명을 드리자면 지금 이 영화는 아놀드, 모범생 아놀드라는 영화는 2014년부터 프로젝트가 시작이 되었습니다. 방콕에 있었던 워크숍에서 처음 시작된 계획이었는데요. 3년 후에 배드 지니어스라는 영화가 나왔어요. 그리고 그게 약간 비슷한 주제라고 말씀하신 것처럼 맞습니다. 하지만 그거에 대해서는 뭐 특별히 코멘트 할 수 있는 건 없고요. 그 다음에 이제 아놀드랑 그 학원 선생님에 대해서 여쭤보셨는데 말씀해주신 그 질문에 사실 답이 있습니다. 아놀드가 그 학원 선생님처럼 될 수 있었는데 그러지 않았다라는 그런 비교가 있었던 건 맞습니다. So the second question, there was a part in the not actual dreams that kids could have, and actually Arnold didn't even give an answer. So I would like to ask you about your opinion, your personal opinion about the educational system in Thailand.
Back to the character first, I might say even the good kid like Arnold, but when he think about himself deep down, he like blank. He have no clue what he really want to be, because the education system in my country did not teach you like, hey, finding yourself what you want to be next. It's about like, hey, be doctor, people will love you. Be blah blah blah. If you have power, that's why when come to my scene, come to that scene, it's like just let Arnold don't say and let that quite bad. But actually, we have two options. We choose the other thing, but in the end, we decide to go this way. I don't say.
네, 이제 아놀드 같은 경우는 사실 모범생이잖아요. 모범생이기 때문에 성적은 좋고 다 좋지만 장래 희망이 없고 사실 스스로 깊이 내면을 살펴보면 꿈이 없는 겁니다. 그렇기 때문에 지금 사실 그게 태국 교육 시스템의 현실입니다. 학생들은 의사가 되라, 그럼 사랑받을 것이다. 뭐 권력을 쥐어라, 이런 직업을 갖게 되면 권력을 지을 수 있을 것이다라는 식으로 가르치지 실제로 자아성찰을 하거나 내면의 나를 찾는 그런 훈련을 시키지 않는다고 그렇게 생각합니다. 그리고 이 아놀드가 거기서 아무 말도 안 하는 것에 대해서 영화를 제작할 때 두 가지 옵션이 있었습니다. 그러니까 아무 말도 안 하는 옵션이랑 다른 옵션이 있었는데 그 다른 옵션에 대해서는 말씀드리지 않겠습니다. And there was one last question. The bad student movement, how did it impact in reality in Thailand? What kind of impact did it bring?
I think maybe you heard about like the protest, against the government that happened like in the past years. I mean that the bad student movement is a part of that. I think it's having impact, even though we can say that all the movement has not reached its goal. Because yes, I mean the government is still there, but then I think you can say this is one of the first time, in Thai history that you can see that the students, they are calling for their own right, because as you can see, they are being abused by the system, they are being abused by the school to become someone that is tame, that is obedient to the system. But I think now, I think in the past, students in the past yes, they used to have question about this as well. If you talk about in the 70s, but then the movement of the student in the 70s is still somehow, I mean, personally, I think it's different from nowadays. I think students back then, I mean, deep inside somehow, they are, I would say that they have some kind of conservative idea as well, which is different from students nowadays, and you can say that they are truly liberal. And interestingly, right, the students who did the movement back in the 70s in Thailand, it may be the same as in Korea or like in many countries in the world, those people nowadays they grew up and then they become the adults. The adults that you can say abuse the kids, the adults that suppress the young people with seniority, they become people like that. But I think students these days who did the back student movement, I think they are very different. I mean, they really want the country to really change. I mean, in terms of way of thinking, in terms of system.
네, 이제 몇 년 전부터 태국에서는 감정부 시위가 많이 있었고요. 그중 일부가 이 나쁜 학생 무브먼트 움직임입니다. 사실상 목표를